Welcome to the 28th Angle podcast, where your host, Shelley,
Victoria,
and Heather
are here to hang out, have some fun, and share our different perspectives on a variety of topics. So let's get into it. Yay, guys!
Hey!
Our
finally recording.
First episode. Can you believe it?
Nope, it's crazy. We've done a lot of planning. So, yeah. I think since it's going to be everybody's first impression of us, let's do an introduction and we'll get into some first impressions.
Sounds good to me.
All right, I'll start. So, as you know now, my name's Victoria. I've been married to a man for almost 15 years now. We have 3 kids together. 2 kids together. 3 that live here.
You got one of mine. It's fine.
I got an extra somewhere. They just find me, I guess. I was a stay-at-home mom up until 2 years ago, where I spent most of my time in school. Now I work in IT. My husband's also in IT. And I've been to school for a lot of different things, dental assisting and massage therapy. I guess I like school. Heather here is my identical twin sister. I'm 7 minutes older, so she's been like a built-in best friend for my entire life. And then Shelley is also my best friend, and we will get more into how we met later. So my current obsessions right now are Pokemon cards. I love GMM and like 3D printing, crafting, and gaming.
So what's GMM?
Good Mythical Morning.
She even said it like they do.
Always. All right, Heather, you want to start your introduction?
Sure. Like she said, I'm Heather. I am 37 years old. I don't remember if you said your age, but
I did.
Obviously, we're identical, so I gave her age away too. So,
wow.
I am a mother of 3, a stepmom of 4. I don't usually call them my stepkids, but just for introduction reasons, I did. So yes, that is a total of 7 kids.
That's the way they all became the Brady Bunch.
Anyways, that's our theme song.
Perfect.
I had my first one. Yeah, that's the first thing everybody says. Oh, like the Brady Bunch. So anyways, I had my first one when I was 16. So I became a mom very young. I also became a widow at the age of 31, which I also find very young for that. I enjoy being crafty, playing video games, and for the most part, we try to find fun things to do with the kids on Saturdays to get them off their electronics and spend time as a family. But that's me. That's it.
Device with all your teenagers and their devices.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm Shelley, and I'm married for actually, guys, next month will be 10 years. 10 years married, 16 years with the same man. I have 2 stepdaughters and 2 grandsons. One's almost 10 and one is almost 8. I just can't believe that. I enjoy gaming with everybody and crafting and hanging out with family and friends. I have my Florida family, these guys. And I recently actually started 3D printing because of these guys. And love it.
Sure,
it's so fun. So my husband is also, he works IT, but he works from home, so he's always home. I used
always
to be
there.
always here. Yeah. I used to work in a nursing home facility as a certified nursing assistant I'm Canadian, by the way. So I used to work in the nursing home as a certified certified nursing assistant for, I believe, 8 years. It was a very great job. I really liked it, and I miss it from time to time. But we call Florida home now, and yeah, that's me.
One gives my age away. One gives where I live away.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, we obviously all
Well.
live in Florida.
Oops. Yes,
I
that's
knew
me.
you were gonna say it. So yep, that's us. So I don't know if you guys ever have any questions or want to know more, let us know. I'm sure you'll get to hear lots of different views and angles from the podcast as we talk about things. We're all pretty open, so I would anticipate some random stories here and there.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we thought for first episode, I think first impressions would be a fun thing to talk about. So
I think so. I want to hear Heather's first impression. First impression.
yeah,
Shelly can't talk.
Let's
It's
go.
fine.
I can't talk today.
It's not the point of a podcast, right?
So, I obviously can't do a first impression with my sister because she's been with me, my entire life. And Shelly, they met when we were out of state. They lived in a different state. So, I don't know. I feel like me and Shelly didn't really have like a first impression
No, I
type
don't
story.
think we
So,
did.
so I went with my partner, my other half, and how we met. And I think mainly we picked that because of everything I've been in life and us having 7 kids and, how everything works. People get curious, I guess is a good word for it.
Yeah, real.
Two people
So
with
anyways,
7
we have
kids came
been
together.
yeah, we have been together since October of 2019. We joined on Facebook dating and I I think we were both on there not really looking for anything. Like, I guess we didn't know what we were looking for because he didn't even finish his profile. So
Oh, really?
App
Yeah.
started.
he didn't even finish his profile picture, his
Wow.
profile
wow.
dating page thing. He never even finished it. So,
Slacker.
yeah, I
cared a
know.
lot.
Well, I don't think he expected to find anything. To be honest.
Sucks for him.
So,
Kidding.
I am pretty sure that he swiped on me first and liked me or whatever it's called on Facebook dating. I don't remember now. It's been too long. And then he waited until the next morning to message me because he didn't want to seem like, he was, I don't know, desperate. I don't know. Another word for it. And so then ever since then we started talking. So we had our first date and I said from the very get-go that I would not be with anybody that didn't at the very least understand video games.
Yep.
Because
For that.
Yeah, for real.
in my prior marriage, I technically, I don't want to say wasn't allowed to play video games, but it was very hard to play video games because he just did not understand the concept of a video game. So, I always said that in my next relationship, if they didn't play video games, it was an instant no. Sorry. So in his profile pictures, he had a Horde shirt on, which is from World of Warcraft. For anybody that doesn't know, I guess what Horde is, or World of Warcraft is a video game, PC video game. For anybody that doesn't know what that is, and me and my family have played that since vanilla, since the very beginning.
Release. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a literal huge part of our life, like all of us. And so, because he had that shirt on in almost all of his pictures, I was like, okay, cool. I'll give him a shot. He at least knows. He at least understands the concept of video games, and I assume plays WoW. So it was, a really good connection for us to have.
It'd be weird if he didn't play well.
Yeah, just he's like, oh, I found this shirt at the thrift
Yeah.
store.
Right? Oh my god, I couldn't imagine if that's how it really went down. Anyways,
Right.
Good thing it was Horde, not Alliance.
Yeah.
Oh, well, she wouldn't have clicked on it if it was Alliance.
I'm gonna gone.
Anyways, that was September, like the end of September 2019. So, our kids first met at the beginning of October. We both agreed that if our kids didn't like not only each other but our other, our each our own kids, then it really wasn't going to work. So that was like the first thing that we had to do was get our kids together and let them meet. So we met at a park. It was a wooden park, which unfortunately they tore down now, and it's kind of sad. But
Oh.
they met at a park, and literally they got they got along so well, like more than like anybody we could have ever imagined it happening. They're
That's
like
awesome.
literal best friends now. Like
Yeah.
they don't want to be without one another. They're always with each other in some way, shape, or form, and it's just crazy to see the relationship they built. So obviously, since we've been together since then, everything's worked out.
Right.
He had been single for a really long time, so it was a good adjustment for him. And then we ended up moving in together February of 2020, which yes is really really soon, but
So
it's
soon.
it's big. The funny story behind that is because he was playing WoW one night and completely ignoring my text messages.
Oh.
And then he was like, "Well, I'll call you when I'm done." Well, he never called me
Uh-oh.
that night.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So it was like the next day, obviously, I was like upset at him. And I mean, I wasn't too upset, but it was like, really, you didn't call me, nothing, So he was like, why don't we just move in together? And so that's kind of how it happened. But I mean, I'm thankful for it. I'm actually thankful we did move in when we did because of COVID hitting that year and everything that happened. It would have sucked to not live together prior to all of that breaking out. So,
So what was your first impression of him when you met him then for the first time?
I think I was still iffy. Like, we met on our lunch break. That was our first date. We went to a restaurant, right? Because we happened to work like, I don't know, 2 minutes from each other. It was
Wow.
kind of
That's
crazy.
weird. Yeah.
Because we both live in a different county, but we both worked literally 2 minutes down the road from each other. So he was like, okay, our first date can be, well, he met me the day before in the back of my work parking lot. So we could just meet each other and see how it was.
Kidding.
I think my first impression of him was, that he was, he was okay looking. I mean, obviously, I wasn't like super impressed, but he was okay looking, and I really have never cared about looks to begin with, so
Right. So it's never
it
something
really
that's gonna
didn't matter to me. Yeah, it really
Yeah.
did
Right.
not matter to me. But he was really super nice, and I was just going with the flow. I'm always a go with the flow type of person, so I don't know. And then he brought me a rose on our first date, and I still have that rose, and that's the reason he brought it, to see if I was sentimental enough to keep it. So I
Oh, wow.
passed that test.
Oh.
You passed his test.
Also, at that time, he didn't realize it had been only like 4 or 5 months since my husband's passing. He didn't realize that.
Mm.
He said if he would have known that, he would have never continued to date me.
But didn't you tell him, or he just
I
didn't listen?
Never lied about it. I was always open and honest. I've always been open and honest about it. The day he passed away, so he just somehow missed it somehow, and that's on him. I don't know.
So how long did it take him to realize it had only been like 4 or 5 months? Like
I
right
don't-
away, or did it?
No, it wasn't right away. It was probably like a couple months later. Maybe even longer than that, when we moved in together.
And
Because
he
I
was
remember
already
him making a
stuck.
comment. Yeah.
It was too late. Yeah.
It was too late. He's like,
No
well.
going back.
Yeah, it was past the point of turning around, because he was like,
Right.
I really wouldn't have continued
Point of
it.
no return.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
I
that's
think
good.
I think that's all I got there. I mean, I don't feel like it was like a very impressive first impression, but it obviously enough
It's
to.
interesting though.
It had
I
its
didn't know
impacts. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think I'm gonna tell you my first impression of Shelley, because
See, I've never heard this story, guys. So this is gonna be
so yeah, Shelley's never heard my version of this story. I feel like you have maybe a little bit here and there. So how long ago was it now, Shelley? 12 years?
12 years.
12 years ago, I met
It will
Shelley.
be 13 years in August, I believe. End of August. Well, no, beginning of September, I believe.
Beginning of September. Yeah, I remember it being around his birthday. So the first thing I remember, do you remember what game we were playing?